Yes, Owaka Papla, how are you doing, my brother? Of course, welcome to this beautiful YouTube channel of Yes, Owaka Papla. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, today I'm here to bring you the Premier League table as it stands. And of course, I just urge you to subscribe, like, comment, and share before I give you this information. I'm going to start with the relegation zone. Of course, I'm going to start from the bottom. And as it stands, I'm in the relegation zone. In the 20th position, of course, I have Wolverhampton Wanderers. These guys have played 32 games and they just have 17 points. Imagine. In the 19th position, I have Burnley. Burnley, they have played 32 matches, of course, and these guys, they have 20 points. These ones are already relegated. We don't need to waste too much of our time on them. In 18th position, surprisingly, I'm here to bring you Tottenham Hotspur. Tottenham Hotspur are in the 18th position with 30 points. This is a surprise, ladies and gentlemen, to all of us, because we know how Tottenham has always been performing, but it is a surprise to us that it is where it is right now. In the 7th position, I have West Ham. West Ham is just 32 points, which means if Tottenham wins one match and West Ham loses, West Ham can go back to the relegation zone, and then Tottenham comes here where it is. I won't waste much time in between there. Let me just skip and go to the 10th position, because I'm moving to the positions which matter in the league. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, in the 10th position, I have Sunderland. Sunderland have just played 32 matches, and these guys have a negative 1 goal. They are being demanded just 1 goal. They are 1 goal negative from the positive side. These guys of Sunderland, they have 45 points, and of course, that makes them stand in the 10th position. In the 9th position, of course, I have Brighton and Hove Albion. Brighton and Hove Albion. These guys of Brighton, they have 32 points, and they have 6 goals in the league, and of course they have 46 points. 46 points. That makes them stand in 9th position. Ladies and gentlemen, in the 8th position, of course, I have Everton. Everton, or you may call it Everton. These guys have also played 32 games. They have nothing to demand. And of course, these guys of Everton, they have 2 goals. They have 2 goals. The goal difference is 2. And of course, these guys, they have 47 points. And now I'm moving to the qualification positions. Of course, in the qualifications position, allow me to start with the Europa Conference League. And of course, I have Brentford. Brentford have played 32 matches, and these guys of Brentford, they have 4 goals and still 47 points. In between the Sunderland in the 10th position and of course Brentford in the 7th position, they are just 3 points, which means if one team loses and another one wins, it is very easy for Sunderland to move up to the 7th position, of course, where Brentford is at. Brentford is in Conference League qualifications position, that is 7th position. And of course, when I proceed in 6th position, that is Europa qualifying position, of course, I have Chelsea. Chelsea have just recently been defeated by Manchester City, and these guys of Chelsea, they have played 32 matches, and of course, they have 12 goals. The goal difference is 12 goals, and these guys of Chelsea, they have 48 points, which means it is one point between them and Brentford in the 7th position, which means if Brentford wins and Chelsea loses, of course, it is a high chance for Brentford to move into Chelsea's position. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not gonna waste your time, but before I give you the Champions League positions, I know that is what you've been waiting for. So ladies and gentlemen, right now, subscribe, like, comment, and share this video to many more others to grow a strong community of. In the 5th position, I have Liverpool. Liverpool is 10 points, is 10 goals. They have a goal difference of 10 goals. And of course, these guys of Liverpool, they have a 52 points. They have 52 points. Of course, that makes them be in the Europa qualification position. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, before I do anything, let me move to the decisive positions. That is Champions League positions, Champions League qualifying position. That starts from 4 up to 1, and I know that is what you've been always looking for. And of course, let me just do it for you. In the 4th position, I have Aston Villa. 4th position, I have Aston Villa. They have played 32 matches, and of course, these guys of Aston Villa, they have 5 goal difference. They have 5 goals in difference, and these guys of Aston Villa, they have 55 points. They are very tight with Manchester United. In the 3rd position, I have Manchester United. Manchester United has just been defeated by Leeds United, which is in the 15th position. Leeds United is in the 15th position, but they have just defeated Manchester United in the 3rd position. Ladies and gentlemen, Man United has just played 32 games and they have 12 goal difference and still 15 points. Ladies and gentlemen, here we have a quiz between the 50th position and the 3rd position, because it is just 3 points from Liverpool. If Liverpool wins just 1 match, it can equalize Aston Villa and Manchester United, which have 55 points. But if any team of Manchester United and Aston Villa wins, it can replace the position of another. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2nd position, here is where there is more discussion. Of course, I have Manchester City in the 2nd position. They have just played 31 games. They have 35 goals. They have 35 goals. Quote me well. Manchester City have played 31 games. They have a goal difference of 35 goals. And these guys, they have 64 points. Let me just compile it together. In his 1st position, there is Arsenal. Arsenal the Gunners. Arsenal the Gunners have played 32 games, and of course they have 38 goals, and still they have 70 points. Mark me well, listen very carefully. Now the clash is between Manchester City and Arsenal. Manchester City has played 31 games. Arsenal have played 32 games, which means Manchester City still have 1 game in hand. Let's go. Manchester City has 35 goals and Arsenal has 38 goals, which means it is a 3 goal difference between Manchester City and Arsenal. Let's go next. The points. Manchester City has 64 points and Arsenal has 70 points, ladies and gentlemen, which means it is 6 points in between them. But remember, Manchester City still have a game in hand, which means if they win it, they can reduce the points to 3 points. And still in this coming Sunday, Arsenal is going to play against Manchester City. That is the final. That is the game which is going to decide who is going to take the trophy. If Arsenal wins, it will make it 9 points between Manchester City and of course Arsenal. And if Manchester City wins it, it's gonna be 3 points between them. And remember, in that coming match, Arsenal is going at away. Manchester City is at home. So ladies and gentlemen, that is the Premier League table. You've got to know the Champions League positions, the Europa positions, and of course, let's just wait for the crash. Anytime I'm bringing you the key battles, the crash battles between Manchester City and Arsenal, the game which is going to be played on Sunday, as I did it for you in the game between Chelsea and Manchester City. Of course, I gave you my prediction of Manchester City to win that match, and it worked out. So ladies and gentlemen, subscribe, like, comment, and share this channel to many others so that you can grow a strong community. I just want to wish you good luck and say bye bye.